Okay guys, so I've been working on a Steiner 230 and I'm taking a break from that right now because last night I had a little issue. And well, let me just show you what happened. Just watch this. Yeah, so I was going from my shop to my house and I use my e-bike because, you know, it's a long walk. It's like 500 feet. Why wouldn't I use my e-bike if I've got it sitting right there at my disposal? And, you know, got to keep this nice, strong, and healthy. But anyways, so I had that mishap and it was my own fault. I only had front brakes. And the reason I only had front brakes is because my rear brake pads are worn out. And I've known this for a while. And my handle is completely sponge because there's no brake pad left. I only had a front brake. When I hit the front brake on that loose gravel where it was on top of the asphalt, yeah, that front wheel just kind of did what it wanted to. It just went out from underneath me. So I've had the brake pads in my truck for a long time, and I just haven't done it. They're not expensive. It doesn't take that long, or at least I'm assuming it doesn't take that long. I've never changed brake pads on an e-bike. So, you know, there's this thing called procrastination, and I'm great at it. But anyways, that being said, yeah, had I changed the brake pads, this would not have happened. Let me show you what happened. Let me show you the damage that was done. Yeah, that was from right before I did the tuck and roll. And yeah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. But today, I'm going to change those brake pads. Maybe a day late, $1 short, but I'm changing those brake pads. So let's get this done. Let's get it up here on the table. So, looking here, I do have a new scratch here. I'm assuming that is from the spill that I took. And by the way, it is not a Tesla powered bike. I do laser engraving, so, you know, why wouldn't I put Tesla on there? I don't know that Tesla actually makes bikes. I also noticed up here, right there, that dirt, that's still from my spill. Anyways, yes, as far as I know, Tesla does not make bikes, but I thought it would be, you know, a good, interesting way of starting conversation. Anyway, so I think I just have to take this caliper off and then I should be able to easily get those pads out of there. So, got the brake pads. I've had them for quite a while, just haven't gotten this done. But I stopped in at the place where I get all the e-bikes that we have from. We have 6. This one's mine. My wife has one that's specifically hers, and then we have 2 folding ones. They're the original ones we had gotten, and then we have 2 more. And so when the grandkids come over, they like to go on rides. We have a trailer that hooks up to them. But anyways, I stopped in at the place where I get all my stuff. It's called EBikes of Holmes County. Well, they were some of the first e-bike people around in our area. I don't think anybody was really doing it. That's where I would go. I'm guessing this is all going to be metric, and I guessed correctly. So EBikes of Holmes County, would probably change these brake pads for me while I waited. However, the other day when I was down there in Holmes County, I don't live there anymore. I used to live in that area. But the other day when I was down there, I decided I'm going to stop and pick up brake pads. And so I'm going to be changing them myself. Oh, okay, this has got a pin back here. But they do have great service as well. So, you know, stop in there. Again, like I said, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. But they are great guys. I like them. And, whoa. Interesting. Yep, they're pretty much gone. Pretty much gone. Okay, let's see here. Oh, cool. So this spring that goes in there has more compression, and it's thicker. This is the original that was in there. This one is thinner and doesn't seem to have as much compression. I think I might use the original just because. Gosh, I don't know if I need to compress this. You know what? I'm going to say I don't have to compress that like you would on a standard car. But who knows? I could be wrong. Wow, that is so simple. Let me actually just pop this back out of here and show you. So all it is you have your little brake pads. You have this spring, goes on there, place the other one on there, squeeze it together, and slide it into the caliper, and there's a screw in the back that holds it in place. That is so simple. Now, I've always liked the e-bikes we have. Every single one of them we have is a Magnum bike. They're great bikes. We've had issues, but nothing that you wouldn't expect from you know, just normal wear causing issues. So I bought an extended battery for this. This is a 48 volt 25 amp hour battery. It actually requires this extra strap here. I bought this 25 amp hour battery. I'm a little bit on the lazy side sometimes. I enjoy going on bike rides and seeing nature, going on trails and stuff like that. But I'm not necessarily fond of, I'm not one of those that thinks, oh, I got to do this for exercise. I probably should. I'm getting fat, but nonetheless. Huh. I wonder. So anyways, I like to just use my throttle. And full disclosure, I may or may not have figured out how to jam my throttle to give me a makeshift cruise control. And it has bitten me in the butt before. Because as soon as you hit the brake, it cuts out your throttle. And then when you let off the brake, the throttle instantly kicks back on. And I may have forgotten a few times that I had that on. And so I put my kickstand down, I let go of the handlebars, and I start walking away, and my bike just takes off. And so I grab it, and it's popping a wheelie and all this and that. And in the moment, you don't think about, hey, let's just quick grab the brake, you know. You're just trying to hang on for dear life. And it's like riding a wild stallion at that point, because it is definitely, yeah, it's going everywhere. And yes, it has drawn blood. So we like to go, I never did finish. We like to go on the trail, the Erie Towpath Trail. Basically it runs along the Erie Canal, and it goes from, I believe, Massillon, Ohio, all the way up to Cleveland. And we like to get on the trail, and we'll ride 60 miles in a day. And I can do that trail ride, which is fairly flat, but with this big battery, I can do that trail ride, and I may actually move my legs to pedal where I actually put effort into it. Maybe 20% of it, and I can go the full 60 miles. So I like that. And my wife, on the other hand, tries to pedal the entire way. So you know what? I may also be a little bit low in brake fluid, which I've never noticed a leak, but wow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need brake fluid as well. How do the front ones look? You know what? I've got two sets. While we've got it up here, I'm gonna pull off the front ones, see what that looks like as well. Can't really see the pads to see what's left as far as how much they're worn without pulling them out. So we'll pull them out. And this is super easy to do. Like I said, they would probably do it while you wait, but I didn't have my bike with me, so I get the adventure. So then right here, there's a screw. And that screw, and these are hydraulic brakes, by the way. That screw, oh, you know what though? I can see right there, I am barely worn down at all on these brake pads. So, I'm not even gonna have to pull them out. They are barely worn. Okay, beautiful. We'll just pop it right back on. Okay. Now, I just noticed these have some play. They have a slot, so I'm just gonna hit the brake so it'll center everything. I don't know if that's the correct way, but that's what I'm gonna do. And I think I'm gonna do the same thing on the back one, just to make sure we're aligned, because that seems like makes sense, like that would align it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, I suppose I could wreck again. I'm gonna hit this brake. I gotta pump it a little bit, because I think, like I said, I think I'm a little bit low in brake fluid on this side. So I gotta pump it a little bit to get it to go. And then tighten it down. man, my thumb is sore. So when I wrecked this thing, I jammed back on my thumb so hard that it tore the flesh loose from the fingernail underneath. So it was, yeah, it was bleeding pretty bad out from there. And now my thumb's sore. Can't imagine why. This happened last night. Okay. So I don't need to change the front brake pads. So I've got a spare set. We'll keep those in my handy dandy bolt bin. And these, don't need those anymore. Don't need that any. Actually, you know what? Wait. I think I'm gonna keep this, just in case. That might be a good thing to keep. I'll just tuck it in there. Yeah, we'll keep that. Who knows? Okay. Yeah, I think so. The bolt bin you see right there, that is kind of my catch-all. I put a lot of things in that bolt bin, and not sure what I'm gonna do once my bolt bin is full, but look at that. It hooked right in there. Okay. To the bolt bin. You know, I kind of use that bolt bin to catch everything. And one of these days, I'm gonna have to go through and see. That one doesn't seem to have much in it. We'll put it in that slot. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna have to go through it and actually figure out what all I have. I probably have a lot of stuff in there that I don't even know I have. Well, I know I have it somewhere, I just don't know where it is, and it's probably in there. So with the amount of bins I have there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 40, 80, I have 120 bins. So with 120 bins to go through, I mean, some of them have very specific things in them, but there's like half of them that are just catch-alls. And okay, let's get this thing down. Oh golly, these are heavy. Yeah, they're heavy. Much heavier than a regular bike, but yeah, man, I'm definitely low in brake fluid, I think. You can only use mineral oil. That's what they require. So, I don't have any. I'm gonna have to order some mineral oil. But the nice thing about having an e-bike is, even though they're heavy and they're hard to get around, is number one, you don't have to work. Oh, it is turned on right now. The way these work, you've got a throttle, or if you start pedaling, it'll go. And you can set the max speed for the pedal assist. And as far as the throttle, just the further you push the throttle, the faster you go. The throttle will only take you to 20 miles an hour, whereas if you go on the highest setting and you even just pedal just enough so that your pedals are moving, you're not actually assisting, 28 miles an hour. Much faster than pretty much any trail will allow. Most trails are 15 miles per hour, but that being said, I can charge my phone while I'm going. I do have a horn. And so, you know, if I need to, I can toot my own horn. So, yeah, I like it. It's a great bike. I feel like the Magnum bikes are good quality. They were the first ones to really have a good, consistent quality. And there's others out there now that are just as good, I'm sure. But I've always stuck to the Magnums. I seem to like them. Yeah, we really enjoy these. Nice thing is with e-bikes, you've got a built-in headlight. If your bike is charged, you've got headlights. And if you can see, that is super bright. So You don't have to worry about changing batteries in your headlight or anything like that. Tail light automatically comes on. So now that we've got that done, I also want to, again, just give a shout out to EBikes of Holmes County. Those guys have used me right. I've gotten 6 bikes from them, and every single time I've been happy with my purchase. If I had any issues whatsoever, they always immediately took care of it. They've always been fair to me. They don't just have the Magnums, they have all sorts of other bikes as well. These guys are Amish. They know what they're doing. They use these e-bikes for their primary means of transportation. So they need a dependable bike. They need a bike that's going to hold up and handle not just nice sunny weather, but they ride them in the winter, if they ride them to work and it's sunny and they need to get home, they're going to ride them in the rain. So they've got bikes that can handle weather, can handle, daily driving. I wouldn't trust anybody more than these Amish guys to get me an e-bike that works and is dependable and lasts. I have Amish heritage, and I'm proud of that Amish heritage. My first language was Pennsylvania Dutch. My last name is Kurtz, and in Pennsylvania Dutch it's pronounced Katz, which is the same word they use for cat. Anyways, down there where I used to live, where I've been there for years and years until just recently, my nickname was the Cat. So go in there, tell them the Katz sent you, and or the Cat, and they'll know who it is. They'll know how you found out about them. I'll check with them, but I'm assuming they won't care if I put a link to their website on my description down here. So if they do mind, it won't be there. If they do mind, I probably won't put this in here that they mind it, because then you would know that they don't want me, and they don't want to be associated with. They've got every accessory you could possibly want for these bikes. So give them a call, check them out. And again, like I said, I'm not sponsored by these guys. I've just always been treated right by them and figured why not give them a shout out. So good guys. Like and subscribe to the channel for more content like fixing my e-bike, the Steiner 230 rebuild. I've got a Steiner 430 rebuild coming soon. Also, I need to build a phase converter, a 10 horsepower rotary phase converter. So if you want to see that, like and subscribe. I'll have that video up in a few days, I'm hoping, because I need that soon so that we can process the hogs that we're going to butcher. And yeah, it'll be fun. We'll build that. I'll give you plans on everything. You can also watch along and see the whole thing happen from a 3-phase motor, getting all the parts we need and putting them together. And she's whining. She wants me to pet her. Leave in the comments any advice you have on if you see something I'm doing it wrong, or you think there's a better way to do it, or you just want to see something different. Let me know. It helps keep me encouraged when you guys interact, because it does take longer to do these jobs when I'm bringing a camera along. And so when I know that people are interested, it helps encourage me to continue to do that. And so yeah, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It helps YouTube know who likes this kind of content. They know who to push it to. It helps keep me encouraged when I see you guys engage. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.